More kind of drama. How dare you find such an unattractive character to be the protagonist? Make handsome Colin Farrell wear makeup for hours a day. Until I played such a character beyond recognition, and the audience bought it. They gave the show a high score of 8.8. Also expressed the lore to kill the Marvel drama of the year. I even forgot about Batman. He is the Penguin. People live up to their names. With a round hooked nose, brain full of intestinal fat, walk askew, although living in a world of superheroes. But he couldn't move or run. One foot is still deformed. At first glance, he thought it was a funny character. He is impulsive, emotional, trapped like all mortals. 7 emotions and 6 desires. Not as crazy as a clown. Not as oppressive as Bane. It's not like Neuron's IQ is against the sky. He's such a boring villain. It's rarely televised. It's not remembered. But he is Batman's hardest enemy to defeat. Some people say he was the music world itself, the dark side of human desires. You can defeat specific evils. Can't defeat the evil in human nature. And this show is the history of the rise of the Penguin Man. So here we go. This city called the music world is experiencing disaster. The city seawall was blown up in a terrorist attack. The flood claimed countless lives. Poor people's communities devastated by floods. Wealthy communities are unscathed. After the disaster, the government struggled to rebuild, but powerless to suppress the unrest. Looting and rioting became the norm. At the same time, the top world has also changed dramatically, because the king of the underworld who previously controlled the music industry, Roman Carmine Falcone, was assassinated by terrorists. Penguins used to work for the Romans. Several bosses look after the factory. Also manages the frontline criminal business. The boss dies. The underworld. There's a power vacuum. Many forces want to be the new king. An optional guy like Penguin Man. Ability average. From humble beginnings. No one wants to win over. In the past, he could fake his power. Now he knows he's running out of songs. This night, the Penguin Man returns to the place he once saw. The hustle and bustle of the past. Now it's leaking rain. Penguin Man sneaks into the room where the boss used to be. Swing the hammer. The secret insurance office after breaking open the boss's wine cabinet. He knows. The boss hid an important folder here. Among them is the handle of others collected by the boss. Like a congressman's gambling credit slip. There are also peach-colored photos of the second-in-command in the family. Penguin smiled happily. That's what he's here for. Because control is power. As for the boss's jewelry, he didn't take it subconsciously. A man suddenly appeared behind him with a gun pointed at him. It's the boss's son. It is also the loudest voice from the outside world. The prince who was about to inherit the king of the music world, Alberto Falcone. The Penguin immediately greeted the prince with ease. Walk over easily. Hand over all the boss's jewelry to the other party. He explained that I'm here to help you get your jewelry back. I don't want to see those rioting people steal your jewelry. He was so sure, like it's the truth. But the prince doesn't believe that the penguins will have good intentions. He thinks the penguins are here to steal the jewels. The penguin noticed that the prince was nervous. He immediately soothed his emotions like an elder. I asked him if he wanted to take some medicine. He knew the crown prince had been a drug addict. In the present moment of succession, the prince is under great pressure. High probability of not being able to hold it. Sure enough, the prince refused. But the gesture is clear, showing a shaking gun in his hand. The heart has been pinched by the other party's voice. The two drank the good wine of the deceased boss. Penguins telling jokes make the prince giggle. In the most casual tone, Penguin offers to join the crown prince's business. By this time, the prince was not only drinking, still dripping drugs into his eyes. Penguin is happy, because the more intoxicated the prince is, the more powerful he is. The prince is happy, throwing a jewelry necklace to the penguin, like throwing a piece of meat to a dog. He has enjoyed the gesture of the master. It turned out that his father had told him, penguins always sneak up some money while they work. The black boss found out early in the morning, but because penguins are useful, and he didn't steal a lot of money, didn't reveal his secret. But the prince is not so sophisticated. He directly stated his superior plan. He wants to introduce a new batch of drugs, injecting a stronger addiction into the already confused music scene. He has a plan, but not enough confidence. Now, he is anxious that he will not be as bold as his father. Several people felt the crown prince's inferiority complex. He was familiar with feelings of inferiority. I can't help but sympathize with the opposite side. To comfort the prince, several people spoke slowly. One of his favorite characters. It was the underworld in the neighborhood he knew as a child. A local snake who cares about the people. He convinces people with virtue, except for the strong and the weak. At the time of his death, a large number of people went to remember him. Tell this story. Penguin Eyes Shine. He had such classic underworld idealism in his heart. Of course, this attracted the prince opposite. Sneered. Now the underworld has long been a demon army that has lost its bottom line. His dead father was full of evil. Everyone can be punished, because it's too cruel. Was called the Romans. Of course, the prince has no ideals in his heart. Only greed, lust, and arrogance. He laughed at the penguin. Penguins can't stand being mocked the most in their lives. Looking at the corpse of the prince, and he laughed. It's like saying who the clown is now. The next second, reason restored. The smile disappears. He knew he had made a big mistake. Fortunately, penguins are easy to get on but not easy to panic. He quickly set about destroying the body. Hang a garbage bag on your body to prevent blood splashing. Hide the prince in a waterproof bag, and he used the crown prince's face to to unlock his phone. When transporting the evidence to the car, several people found some young men are stealing his wheels. Exasperated, he pulled out his gun and shot. The boys were running around. There's a guy who can't run in time. I was scared out of control. Looks like it's just a hairy thief. The penguins weren't going to kill him. They took his ID, got his name and address. Blackmail. Ordered the boy to transport the corpse with him. The boy's name is Victor. See, penguins kill people. My legs went limp. Penguin noticed he was looking for an escape route. Immediately scare him again. Threatened him to drive errands. So let's start with this. Several people took Victor to a red light district. Found the girl he was in love with. Give him an alibi. Then I bought something. The two ate together by the roadside. Burned the evidence by the way. At dawn, they came to a dump. Hide the crown prince's body in an old red car. And then we're done. The penguin called Victor turned his back on him. Sounds like he's going to be executed. Frightened Victor struggled to speak for himself. Shows that he can be an excellent helper. For a chance to survive. He can do anything. Maybe it's empathy for this desire to survive. Penguin has relented. He brought Victor home. It's almost finished packing. It's time for work. Penguin takes Victor back to the gang. He's the middle leader of the Falcone gang. I usually manage my business in the ground floor neighborhood of Gotham City. It's all first-line dirty work. Not long. Several people's superiors called him to go to a meeting, but didn't tell him what it was. This made a few people nervous. He was scared. It was the secret of killing the prince himself that was revealed, but in order not to appear suspicious. Gotta go again. Victor came to the wealthy area for the first time in his life, surprised by the leader of the Falcone gang. Living in a manor like this, the gap between the world is too great. Several people entered the manor alone. The porch is full of bodyguards. In this gloomy day, the chandeliers and wall lamps in the house are all on, but there is no warm feeling. A few people pretend to be relaxed, sitting in front of the gang's second and third in command, but got bad news. Top management decides to close drug factory, no longer doing business in the lower blocks of the music scene. It turns out that after the boss passed away, the police and the enemy gang all started targeting Falco's gang. Troubled gangs are under a lot of threat. You don't make a lot of money. Losses are increasing. The higher-ups decided to retreat first. Reinvigorate. Penguins, of course, are extremely reluctant, because business is what he works hard to do every day. No music business. It's basically useless. All past efforts have failed. The cake layer is not there. His protest. So the penguin had to tell the story of last night. The secret plan that the prince told him implied that he could make a lot of money for the gang. However, while he was painting the cake, a woman emerged from behind and interrupted his account. The penguin man looked back at him, surprise in the eyes. A lot less talking, because she is the crown prince's sister, also the eldest daughter of the deceased boss, Sophia Falcone. Before, she's been incarcerated in Arkham, Music City. In the madhouse, she was a serial killer who murdered 7 women, known by the people as the executioner. After his father died, she is also free. Sophia asks about her brother's disappearance, but 2 executives asked him questions. Seems impatient, sensing the smell of gunpowder between the top. The penguin man retired knowingly. At the same time, it is also to avoid the issue of the disappearance of the prince. He even agreed to close the factory he ran. However, when he left the manor, Sophia followed. Keep asking him if he has seen his brother. He seems suspicious of the penguin, and invite him to dinner. The penguin had to follow Sophia. Come to a fancy restaurant. He eats like a wolf. It's like 10 years in a lunatic asylum and never having a full meal. After eating and drinking, only then did Sophia understand the purpose of this feast. He said his brother mentioned it yesterday, going to the penguin man's bar to pick up something. And today the penguin's pancakes for the top. The business plan mentioned. That's what he and his brother planned. These 2 pieces of information are added together. It's hard not to doubt. The penguin man is linked to his brother's disappearance. Under such sharp questioning, most people will answer full of flaws. However, penguins are penguins. Even at the most critical moment, the face is not red and the heart is not jumping. He explained that the prince put the future. The plan was revealed to himself, and he wasn't lying about that, but he doesn't know that. The prince also dragged his sister in to do it together. He expressed his stupidity. It's urgent to reveal the plan to the top, and the prince went out to have fun, but the goods will arrive soon. He is anxious, thinking that the family needs to note a hint at the top. It turns out that a few people smashed the prince's mobile phone before. Checked the content of the phone. I saw the prince drinking with many beautiful women. Orgy selfie. He also checked the prince's mobile phone calendar. Know the arrival date. This makes this lie a seamless circle. Sophia asked him, why did he say his brother went to have fun? Sophia didn't follow up. Finished the meal in silence. But before leaving, he told the penguin that everyone underestimates you. But I won't. Penguins know. It's only a matter of time before your crimes are exposed. So he immediately took Victor and left. The two got on the subway. In this moment of anxiety and panic, there are disabled seats, but he doesn't take them. This means that he doesn't want to admit to being disabled at all. He has a lot of inner self-esteem. It's in a subway station. Two people get off. Penguin took Victor into his other car. It turned out that he had already deployed so many cars around the city for him to use in an emergency. Penguin driving. He brought Victor to a house. His mother lives in this house. Victor looked at the picture on the wall. It turns out that the murderous Penguin Man come from such an ordinary family, have two brothers. Childhood also seems to be smiling, but now it's dark and deserted. Only one old mother remains. He now has dementia, so I live alone. But I always feel that my other children are still around. I often forget to take my medicine. Several people gave the crown prince his necklace. Gave it to mom. Here we go. He pulled out a bag full of cash from a hidden place. Said to take mom on vacation. In fact, I'm going to run away with my mother. In the underworld, he has long prepared for this day, but my mother didn't want to go. When he noticed that his son was emotionally abnormal. Wake up like a god. Ask your son about the cause and effect. I learned that my son killed the gangster prince. He was delighted. Praise my son for having such courage. Then hype up your son with hungry wolf eyes. Tell him not to run for his life, but to become the king of the music world. So the penguin decided not to go. Spent the night, and he had a plan. Let Victor do it for him. After the boy listened, uncertainty on his face. Then the penguin mentioned Victor's address, but this time it's not a threat to move his family. Rather, it points out that in previous floods, Victor's address was the first to be affected. Just think about it. His family may have died in that disaster. What the penguin is trying to say is, you are afraid of the consequences of committing evil, but you are already suffering the consequences before you commit the evil. The penguin man asked him, you were living in a rat hole, and now he's homeless, and those rich people live in the manor. Now I'm making disaster money with your tragedy. The penguin has long noticed Victor's desire to survive. Even if the family is broken, he wants to live too. That means he wants more, and the anger lurking inside him must be strong. And sure enough, Victor agreed. Next up, Penguin Man comes to the music prison, found it here. Long-jailed enemy of Falcone State, Sal Maroni, the boss of Maroni. Many years ago, in the war between the two gangs, Falconer gang boss Roman Trick sends Sal Maroni to jail, won the gang war. Later, the Romans have always worn Sal Maroni's ring as a trophy. After the Romans died, the ring was passed on to the crown prince. Over the years, Sal Maroni has been working hard in prison. I didn't expect to get revenge. The enemy will die. But the penguin guesses. He also wants to take away Falcone's world. So the penguin told Maroni he was going to defect and give a message that the gang is going to shut down the drug factory. When they move equipment and black goods, he can reveal the time and place. Let the Maroni gang take advantage of it. Take everything away. But Sal Maroni is no manipulative fool. He knew about the penguins. Double dealing. So he refused to work with the penguins. And the penguins kind of figured that out. It means you have a few days to consider it. Before leaving, he took out a ring from his pocket. It was he who took it from the dead prince. The ring that belonged to Maroni. After meeting the enemy boss, Penguin Man drives home. I don't want to be downstairs at home. I happen to see Sophia leading someone to search his house. After being seen by Sophia, the Penguin Man quickly drove away. But the golden cicada still failed to escape its shell. After waking up, Penguin Man stripped naked, tied to a chair. This is Vercone Hall. It turns out that Sophia caught one. The night the penguin killed the prince. The thief who tried to steal his wheel but managed to escape. Thief testify. Penguin car appeared at the bar where the prince went that night. But Penguin says he's lying. So Sophia shot the thief on the spot. But he's just trying to scare the penguin. Next he had his men torture the Penguin Man. Put a steel wire under his armpit and pull the steel wire. Rub his skin. Under the torment of excruciating pain. Penguin still has no tricks. Until there was a loud bang outside. It looks like a car hit. Sophia rushed out with her men. I saw an old red car. Stopped in front of the manor pool. No one in the car. Only one heavy object is pressing the accelerator. Sophia realized something. So he walked slowly to the back of the car. Opened the trunk. Inside the car was his brother's body. It says payback. My brother's tail finger has been cut off. The ring on my hand is missing. In Sophia's roar, the Penguin Man let out a cruel smirk. That was the plan. Tell Victor to return the Crown Prince's body to Falcone. Make it look like a gang war. And the Crown Prince's ring appeared on Maroni's finger in prison. Then everyone will assume it was Maroni's boss in Falcone who died, and then led the revenge for the robbery. So the next gang war is about to break out, and the penguins can take advantage of the chaos. Get out. So that's the story of the first episode of Penguin. It's not like a superhero drama, but take a realistic line. Open the gang story. Intriguing espionage plot. This song is the end song of the first episode. It's a favorite song of Penguin's. This song, it contains the resentment of the Penguin people. It also exposed the lively and lovely taste of his personal listening to music. He was mean, climbing on on the bones of others, but with a deep-seated idealism. He's lying all the time, no loyalty to anyone, but he trusted the boy whose life he held in his hands. The sidekick is by Victor's side. He went on and on, no reservations, like when he had no need for protection at all. He will let his heart, the unknown self, comes out. In this cruel world that eats people and doesn't spit bones, he was alone. It's a pity that there is no redemption in this show. Its tone has long been set. It's a flesh and blood person, the story of how it was dehumanized.